What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and I'm back. Shout out to the family. Shout out to everybody who's been supporting me thus far. Shout out to everybody who will continue to support me. It's very much appreciated. Welcome to Sheep Stay Sleep Live. Sheep Stay Sleep Live. Back tonight with another show. The Black Image, the Black Man's Image in 2017. We're going to get into this tonight, family. We're going to get into it real deep, you know? Because this is very, very important. Very important. The image of us, Black men. In society, everything is ran today through image. How people portray you in any form or facet of what you're dealing with. You know, and pardon me, y'all. You know, for the message I threw in the chat, family. I put that in there because before I even started the show, I had a dislike. So I just had to let that person know who be low riding. You know, hate will consume you because it seemed like it already has. But shout out to everybody once again. Tonight's show is going to be about the Black man's image in 2017. This is part of my Melanated Pride series, you know, because I definitely feel like we need something to be proud of again, man. I feel like we're not proud of much anymore. If it's not something with a price tag on it, you know, we're not proud of it as Black people, mainly as Black men. So tonight, definitely want to get into that. I definitely would love for the sisters to chime in too, because I definitely want to get their perspective, their real perspective on the Black man's image. So that night, family. So let me put let me put the links out. Let everybody know we on. But how y'all been tonight? How was y'all day at work? Hopefully it was a good one, you know. Hope it was very prosperous and productive for the fam. But on this topic, family, this is something that really, really needs to be discussed because there's a lot of going on, lots of it. And I think our image, Black men specifically, we're not taken serious anymore. The image of us is like, we're like, we're like rental cars. We some shit we could use and people could give it back nowadays. You know, it's like Black men are like rentals. We're not respected. You know, when you get a rental car, you don't really respect it like that. You drive it all crazy, you run the mileage up, you know, leave food in there. You know how you treat a rental car. It's not yours, you know, so with it, you know, and I feel like that's the image that Black men have today. We have that image of we not shit. We're not worthy of nothing. We're not about nothing. We just pieces of shit, you know? And I feel like the image of us, that image of us is portrayed throughout the world. And see, I feel like that image is always portrayed of Black men because of the Black gatekeepers. Black gatekeepers are the ones who keep the image of us fucked up, because they're not trying to use their platform and their resources to show black men in another light. So tonight, we definitely got to get into this. I want the brothers to come on and render their voice. Is very much important on this topic. We would love the feminine energy also, because I love to hear, you know, the perspective of a black woman when it comes to a black man or any woman. It doesn't even have to be a black woman. I just love to hear what is their perspective on the image of us. How do y'all see us? You know? So this is something that definitely needs to be talked about, and we're going to talk about it tonight. So get into the chat, you know, very much appreciated. But just to get into it, I feel like the black man is looked at as shit. We're looked at as shit. Why we looked at as shit, I don't really know. You know, I think we're looked at as shit all over the world. No one respects black men. We don't even respect black men, and we black men, we don't even respect each other. Black women don't respect us. Other cultures of women don't respect us. Other cultures of men don't respect us. People rather have, you have women today that would rather have a dog sleep in the bed with them than a black man. How low we have become when it comes to how people view us. You got women just sleeping with their dog. And they say that they dogs are more loyal than black men. Shit, that real black men gotta hear. And see, being that I said real black men, let's touch on these simps. Because see, this is one of the main reasons why I believe black men aren't respected anymore. Because of these simp ass dudes. Y'all simps. Y'all vanilla wafer ass simps. And y'all simping for these fucking women, and these women are losing respect for us. Because see, one thing I learned that women respect resistance. They respect when a man stands his ground. Real women. Real women. But see, these simp ass niggas, they ain't gonna stand their ground. Because they was taught to kiss ass to fit in. And this is what we're dealing with in society. This dude is at the forefront of black men. Simps with resources, they are at the forefront. They're at the forefront of black men today. Weak beta ass men who just want to kiss ass to get along. Who want to make sure they always saying the right thing. Who always want to make sure they patting you on your back with their words and patting you on their head with their words. Men. They represent the black man today. Your modern day Atlanta rapper, he represents black men today. They are the representation of black men. A dude who could wear homosexual clothing, go in a club and throw money at strippers, and talk about killing other black men all day. These are the men that our women are respecting. And you know why they respect them? Because they got resources. They got resources. And see, these women be wondering why they get caught up with all these down low dudes. Oh, I found out he was gay. He been gay. Sure, because you paid attention to them shoes he was buying. You paid attention to them bags he was buying. You paid attention to the Uber rides. His little Cuban chains. Attention to how he roll his head when he talking to you. You ain't pay attention to that. Now he having sex with a man. And then y'all get on y'all social media, and because you was with this dude for 10 years and you found out he was a fanny packer, you found out he was a fanboy, now you on social media downplaying black men. All black men are gay. Black men are on the down low. Talking that shit. Because you like simps. Because the alpha man, he's boring. The man that's going to keep things in order, he's not exciting enough. The man that's going to keep things in order may not be able to buy you that bullshit you attracted to. That man that's going to keep things in order may not drive a Bentley. You see? It's these simp ass niggas that's going to fit your template. It's these simps. These niggas that ain't going to tell you when you wrong. These men that ain't going to stand and make a woman respect him. What he say by what he do. See, a lot of you men, y'all don't exude alpha. Y'all don't exude that. This is why y'all so quick to cape for these fucking women. When these women are out of line. And if you're a man and you call yourself a man, your house should be in order. That means your woman should be too. You see? What happened to those men? What happened to those men that was like our grandfathers? What happened to those men? Today in 2017, black men are simps. Most of these black men are simp ass niggas. They doing anything for some pussy. And I'm keeping it raw and uncut, family. I'm keeping it raw and uncut. So excuse me for the language, but on the night. Because I gotta address these simps. Because these simp ass dudes try to challenge real men and try to challenge their stance on things. You can't challenge nobody with a stance when your ass got your legs crossed. Don't worry about how I stand on my square when you sit down. Piss. You sit down. So just keep sitting down, homie. Just keep caping for women when they fucking wrong. What man does that? What man goes around and makes it seem like a woman could do no wrong? What type of man are you? I hope you niggas ain't got no daughters. I hope y'all not. Because then I know you're not telling your daughter what a man is. And you know what you're doing? You're setting her ass up for failure. See? We got to stop bullshitting, black men. Stop bullshitting. It ain't all about a dollar, nigga. It ain't all about a dollar. Look what they do to our black celebrities every day in the media. Look what they do to our black athletes every day in the media. Look what they do. And y'all still think it's about a dollar? Y'all still think it's about a check? Come on, man. These people print money. You niggas better wake up and stand for something. Black power ain't just doing business with each other. Black power is an ideology that comes from your soul and your mind and your heart. That's what black power is, nigga. That shit gotta mean something. This shit don't mean nothing to a lot of you fraudulent, simp ass niggas. It don't mean nothing to y'all. It don't mean nothing to y'all. It don't. It don't. Because y'all still look at us as dealing with shit in fragments. If we a fucking community, then black men, we have to police it. We like to cry about police, right? We like to cry about what the police doing. Then why black men ain't policing their own homes? Why black men ain't policing their families? Huh? See, I'm the sheriff in my house. Me. I'm the cops in my house. Me. You see? And see, this is why black women not respecting us no more. Because you got a group of simp ass niggas over there trying to just get in where they fit in instead of being themselves, and they over here competing with alphas. Trying to make the women choose. Oh, look, I do what you want me to do. Simp ass nigga. And see, what that's doing is that's showing young black men you ain't gotta be about shit. You see? Boys ain't about shit because of these simp ass niggas that's running around caping and taking care of women who don't deserve shit. A motherfucking queen because you was born. You have to inherit the throne. That means you have to do something. You see? See, I call women queens who carry themselves with some type of dignity, with some form of respect. You have to act like you're an heiress to a throne. Most of these women act like they belong to a goddamn stripper pole. But then you want me to call you a goddamn queen? Are you out of your mind? Go do the research. Everybody like to talk about doing the research. Go do the research. Just because you're inherited to the throne don't mean you ain't gotta work. You gotta work. So you gotta work to be called a queen. You gotta work to be called a king. You have to exude certain characteristics. You ain't gonna be called a queen by default over here. Not by me. Not by me. Why my wife is a queen? Because she showed it. She showed me that she's worthy of me going out in the world and working for her. Every woman don't deserve that, black man. Wake up, you simp ass nigga. Every woman ain't worthy of that shit. Oh, I guess a lot of you dudes wasn't raised by men or by real women. Respect is earned. It ain't just given. What world you niggas is living in? Oh, I know what world you living in. You living in beta world, where you think doing what somebody tell you to do gonna get you what you want. You see? You see? That's the problem. And the same thing go for the black man. Black woman, if he ain't worth shit, don't treat him like a king. You know how you could tell if somebody's worthy of being a king or a queen family? Intent. You look at why they do what they do. You look at why they do what they do. Fuck what they doing. Intent is key. You see? So ask yourself, black man, before you get on here caping, before you get up here and start calling every black woman a queen, and like none of these women are far from scrutiny, ask yourself why you doing it. Because a lot of you niggas is calling these women queens because y'all want to be seen in some type of light. You niggas don't believe that shit. Y'all don't walk down the street and call women queens. Y'all YouTubing this shit. See, that's why I never fronted from day one. I told y'all, I was a scumbag. I ain't got no problem admitting it. Highly egotistical. I used to disrespect people like crazy. Not even just women. Dudes too. Very, very active. But guess what? Guess what? I saw a problem in that. You know why? Because I knew I wasn't being who I really wanted to be. You see? Intent. Intent. So that's what made me change my ways. Because I thought verbally abusing women to me. So I could give them the wisdom that I have. But you know what I realized? That ran them away. I realized that. I realized that. And that's when I start to work on myself and change myself. And my wife that I've been with for 8 years, she watched me change. She watched me. She dealt with it. That's why she can be called the motherfucking queen. That's why she deserves the throne. That's why. Not because she made me dinner every goddamn night. Not because she ironed my clothes. Not because not because, we like to make our women domestic slaves. I don't do that to my wife. You see, I honor my wife. My wife is the first woman I cried on as a man. Broke down and cried on like a baby, nigga. Yeah. She was the first woman I really opened up to. That's why she deserved the throne. But you simps is coming on YouTube caping for fucking women y'all don't know. Honoring women that y'all don't know. That woman that you honoring could have put her baby father in prison for some shit he ain't even do. That woman you caping for probably done got a few dudes murdered. But you caping? She a queen, right? How? Where the work at? Where the resumes at? This is why the black man's image is destroyed. Because of weak ass black men. And it's just because of women. It's because of these weak ass black men. That's the problem. You weak ass niggas. Cupcaking for women that doesn't need it. Let them women learn life, boy. Let them learn. You know why they gotta learn the hard way? Because they don't want to take instructions. They don't want to hear the man tell them, listen, baby girl, you ain't gotta even worry about that. They don't want to hear that. You see? They don't want to hear that. They don't want to be protected. That's why they disrespect the black man. How you want protection from the black man, but he a bitch ass nigga though? How could a bitch ass nigga protect you? How could a fuck boy protect you? But y'all talking about y'all want protection. Y'all talking about y'all want to be provided for. Right? But look at how y'all look at us. But y'all honor the real fuck niggas. Y'all honor the real fuck boys. Oh, y'all up in that bullshit. Those are your bitch ass niggas. Those are your fuck boys. Ladies. Those are the niggas that you need to stop giving pussy to. Ladies. Those are the men you need to stop having kids by. Ladies. It's those ones. It's them. It's them. Understand the difference. In black men, alpha men, let's get rid of these simp ass niggas. Let's stop letting these dudes live. Stop letting them live. That's what we gotta do. That's what we gotta do. Because see, the last show, Are Black Men Endangered? I was talking about the stand-up black men. Because there's a whole heap of fuck niggas running around. And that's the image that's portrayed in corporate America for a black man. I just fucking saw a black magazine. I forgot the name of it. They had 3 young college graduates, black men. They got on suits, but they got on motherfucking high heels, y'all. They got on high heels. We got black men out here wearing high heels now. And these are the men that women are saying are kings. He's a king. He's a king. Because he go get money from corporate America. It don't matter if he wear high heels, though. It don't matter if he wear high heels. And now you got these beta males thinking they tough and thinking that they really about something because they have the favor of our black women. It's taking up for these dudes. You see? They the ones buying these dudes $300 jeans. So they could go around and go to their boyfriend's house and take them off with him. And when you find out your boyfriend got a boyfriend. But you taking care of this simp nigga. You taking care of him. Why? Because he don't tell you what you're supposed to hear. Hear it. You don't want to deal with core truth. Oh, he's angry. Angry man. Shout out to the angry man. Shout out to Minister Jap. Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. Yeah, I'm shouting them out. You know why? Because those are alpha men. And they call men and women out on their bullshit. Because that's what alpha men do. We don't have no picks. We don't have any picks. We call bullshit when we see it. You see? And that's why women don't like them men. Because those are the men who remind these women of their grandfathers, of their great uncles, who used to tell them, get out of men's face when men are talking. Now you got these little girls sitting on a lap. As soon as they see a man, they ready to climb up on his goddamn lap. Why? Men who won't even check the little girl. Because he's a beta male. Oh, I can't tell her that. That ain't my daughter. But you're going to put the little girl on your fucking lap, right? This is the problem. But we always cry about having a problem with pedophilia. Right? Right. But you let a little 2-year-old girl jump up on your lap and you don't even know her. Right. Where's the real stand-up men at in this quote-unquote community? Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? You see? Because see, when I talk to older women, you know what they say? I love when a man could put me in my place. That's what the older women talk about. And you know what they talking about? They're not talking about putting you in your place like a child. They're saying, I love a man who could keep things in order. See? That's what you grandmothers had. Black woman, your grandmothers had men who kept shit in order. Your grandmother I'm gonna ask you, black women, how many of y'all ever saw y'all grandmothers disrespect y'all grandfathers? And if any one of y'all can tell me y'all ever saw that, then I understand why y'all think black men ain't shit. Because you've been programmed to learn that shit. And ain't no white man tell you that shit either. So I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. Just like I don't want to hear about no black man saying it's the white man's fault that we treat our women like shit. That ain't the motherfucking white man's fault. That's our fault. Because if we was here before the motherfucking white man, then how can we blame the white man? See, I'm gonna start debunking all that stupid shit you dudes like to talk. White supremacy is a mindset. It's a mindset. Remember that. So don't tell me, oh, black men treat black women because of white supremacy. No, because he has the mindset of that white supremacist. That's why he do it. And it goes for the same shit for black women. Talking about that. I'm talking about how we relate to each other. You see? Let's stop blaming the outside. Let's deal with the inside. Most black men are taught. We're taught to disrespect black women. We're taught to it. And we wasn't taught by the white man ain't teach us that. The white man ain't teach us that. I learned that from the big homie on the corner of the block who had the pack, who I looked up to growing up because he had all the fucking women. Let's have a real conversation. Tell me why, ladies, why are most black women attracted to criminals? Why? Attracted to the dude that's running the block. Why? Huh? I could tell you why. Because he can cater to all that shit you like. Michael Kors store today, right? He can take you. That's why you like the dope boy. That's why you like the dope boy. That's why most black women don't date nerds. Huh? Oh, but y'all come up in this conscious community and talk this men need to have knowledge shit. Right? But who you had a kid by? Did you have a kid by a nigga with knowledge of self? Kid by a street nigga who don't know shit. And then because you had a baby by a street nigga and he left your ass, now black men ain't shit. Now you gonna raise his son to grow up and be like you. A fucking simp. But then we want to talk about the black man's image. It's ruined because of simp ass dudes. You see? It's because of these simps. You see? These women could get on Facebook, shake their ass for 25 seconds, and get paid $100. You got dudes sending money to watch women shake their ass. You see what I'm talking about? Then when you're the type of dude that's gonna come along and tell his sister, you shouldn't be shaking your ass for money. Shut up, you broke ass nigga. Right. So let's talk about that. That man who's telling you the right thing is disrespected. Why the man who's catering to your bullshit gets respect? Huh? Huh? And this is why men decide to be simps. Because he know all he got to do is tell lies. I'm going to be a lying ass nigga. See, when I hear black women say the things that they don't like about black men, I can direct them to certain dudes that they find attractive. Right. Because these simp ass dudes want to keep riding the line so they could get what they want from women. Because they're the ones that's really using women. See, we're called users, we're called abusers. But who's the one really using and abusing black women? Is it the alpha men or is it the simp ass men? Ask yourself that, ladies. How bad did an alpha male really hurt you? And how bad did that simp ass nigga hurt you? See, that's what's affecting the image of black men. These simps. It's these simps, man. Niggas. It's y'all that's making these women call men like me, men like Angry Man, men like Minister Jack, men like my brother Boss. They're questioning us. Now, when we stand up and say something, oh, he mad. Oh, he must don't have a woman. He must ain't getting no pussy in a while. See, every night. Every night. Every night. I don't have a problem with that. But see, you simp ass niggas, y'all the ones who be telling the women to him, he just mad. See, that's where they get it from. They get it from you simp ass niggas. And that's why not shit being built in the black community. Y'all want to know why? That's why. Because see, a simp ass nigga gonna make sure he got the new Jordans first. Simp niggas gonna do. Shout out to my brother JT. This brother take care of other men's kids. But in 2017, black men are looked at as shit. My brother JT take care of other dudes' children. Because these niggas ran out. Simp ass niggas. Coward ass fuck boys. Ran out on their responsibilities. My brother JT right there to pick up the slack. But brothers like that don't get no respect. Brothers like that don't get no respect. He out taking care of another nigga family. You know why he doing that? You know why he doing that? Because he don't want that little boy to grow up and think that he's supposed to hate himself because his dad wasn't there for him. You see that? But black men ain't honored when we do shit like that. You know when we honored? When we put motherfucking curls in our head and look like Young Jock from Love and Hip Hop. That's who our black women is looking up to. Stevie J. These niggas. But here it is, you got a brother right here taking care of a whole nother family. So he could be that father figure. He could be that leader to the black man, to that young man. But we don't get honored for that. We don't get honored for that. We get honored for wearing dresses. Your pants too baggy nowadays, a female might call you a bum. Because your motherfucking showing. They want your pants to be so tight now, they want to see your dick print. Right. And why you think they made them pants for men to wear? They ain't make them so women could look at men's packages. They made them for other men. But most of our black women don't even understand that. She see a man that got on his pants and they ain't tight. They ain't hugging his ass and his nuts. Oh, he a bum. You don't know how to dress. So now Black men got to walk around and look like homosexuals to be respected, to be heard. See, now the only way black men really want to be heard is we got to pull some money out of our pocket. People only want to follow your plan when you got some money. When half the shit that was built in society that y'all see today, that was built by black people, they ain't had no money to build it. They built it off the shit that was around them. Natural resources. And this is why a lot of our inventors went on to sell their shit off. Because it went from being creative to now everything is manufactured. Everything is mass produced. So now the creative person is looked down upon because the creator might not have the money. So you can be a man of integrity. You can be a man of substance that is no longer honored in society. Black men with integrity, black men with substance, black men with knowledge is no longer respected because you simp ass niggas lead with your wallets. Y'all don't lead with your minds. And this is why black women is saying, nigga, you can't talk to me unless you got some money. And see, what these simp ass niggas don't realize they have done, they're forcing our women by being simps. By being simps. By being a fucking simp. I don't think we understand that though. I don't think these weak dudes don't see that. Could you imagine a young girl growing up today? All she deal with is simps. Now, if a young girl grow up, loses her virginity to a simp, have kids by simps, then finds her way to an alpha male, you know what she gonna do to him? She going to run his ass into the ground. You know why? Because now she sees she have a man with strength. She gonna lay all her shit on him. Huh? You want to be strong, nigga? Take all of this. She gonna throw her whole life on you. She gonna throw her whole life on you. And see, the simp, he don't want to take that on. So you know what he do? Don't worry about it, baby. Let's go on vacation. So it keeps the woman in a place of running from herself. We get to experience the woman in her purest form. Carbon copy of that woman. Then this woman had been with this simp ass nigga for 10 years and she finally realized she empty. All she got is a closet full of fucking bags and shoes. Then that's when she starts to look within. And this is why the black man image is fucked up. Because on top of us getting looked down as pieces of shit, the good ones is not even revered. Most of our women don't even know the difference no more, man. And it's because of you simp ass dudes. So like I said, man, pardon me, family. I'm on one tonight, man. This is a touchy subject, man. Because the shit that I see on social media on a daily basis, the shit that I see going on outside, men say out their mouth. Shit is disgusting, man. Disgusting, man. Disgusting. So shout out to everybody who came through, you know, and supported me, man. Shout out to y'all. I'm getting ready to put the link in the chat. Any brothers or sisters could come on and render their voice. Brothers or sisters. You know, because I know right now, to a few women, I'm probably in the doghouse. I could care less. Because I'm going to speak my truth, because that's me. That's me. So, you simps, just know, get rid of that shit for the real dudes come through and tsunami that bullshit. And the women that y'all do have, y'all simp ass dudes, y'all better keep them real close to y'all. Think, simp nigga. Don't think for once that your woman won't come creep to an alpha male. Don't think that they won't. Whether the nigga got bread or not. Because see, when you leave with your wallet, another dude end up with your money. Simp. In the chat. See who want to come on and render their voice about this topic, man. Right. You right, Water Sniper. You right. That's a code word for saying they love simps. I love a mama's boy. Yeah, that's a simp nigga. That's a simp. Shout out to Doug. Shalom, Ak. Shout out to my brother John Doe. What's up, bro? Jalen, what's up?
What up, man?
What's up?
Not much.
How you doing, sister? Rhoda Lloyd, how you doing? Rev Chat, what's up, King?
Well, what's going on, King? What's going on with you, bro? I'm good.
My brother JT, you already know. Shalom, Nehemiah. Suicide, what's up, bro? Strange May, how you doing, sis? Sun Lion, peace, King. Chemo, shalom. Shout out to everybody, man. Good looking and coming out. No.
Peace, brother. I just want to say, man.
Peace. What's
man,
up?
I just want to say, DS, man, you hit a real good topic tonight, bro. And you was hitting some real shit, man. Straight facts, man. I just want to say that, man.
You, bro.
No, I want to. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you, bro.
Yeah, I just want to say, man, you hit on a real good topic tonight, bro. That's some real shit you spit, man. Keep that shit up, man. Motherfuckers need to hear that shit for real. That's real shit. I like that, man. Keep it up, man. That's good shit, DS.
For real, bro. Good looking, man. Good looking, man.
Yeah, no problem, bro. No problem, bro. That's real shit. I recognize real, man. That's one thing I do. And that's what, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm about, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm about that shit, man. Real shit, recognize real shit, man. That's some real shit you did tonight. No lie. And
For
anybody who
real,
think
bro.
that
Cause
shit,
you know,
and anybody who don't motherfucker support that shit, they some fake ass motherfuckers, man. For real, that's some real shit right there, bro.
salute,
For real.
salute, bro. Salute,
Yep.
King.
Yep.
JT, what's up, bro?
I'm good, brother. How you feel?
Man, I'm good, bro.
Yeah, I want to touch on something, man. Yo, salute to you for acknowledging me, and I salute to you and boss and the other ones who's holding the family down that is not being mentioned. No, I'm going to change that. Still refuse to be mentioned. I just want to let you know that I acknowledge you as
See,
me being as a godfather. I watch over 4 different families. Majority of them are young men. Some of them are young girls, but they become grown. And I take that very seriously. Now, has some man had they fathers had made some mistakes? Yes. Has some of them was their fault? Yes. But as for me, being as a godfather, I'm not gonna get into what happened to me personally at DH1. I told you and boss about it, that's another hangout. But let's say I have a guardian angel, and then for me, I gotta do it for him because those are his guard sisters, his guard brothers. You know what I mean? Or I just want acknowledgement that I'm trying to do whatever I can to preserve the family and other and yeah, and other godfathers out here are stepfathers. You got to be acknowledged too. That's all I'm going to say.
mm-hmm.
So peace to you and the fam, yo. Peace to you, DX1. So I salute to you, my brother. Great topic.
Great, excellent topic, man.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
bros.
I'm just saying because
We
look, man. I got children by my ex-wife, right? I got 4 kids by her, right? And 4 children, I'd rather I say. And she got 2 children by another dude.
mm-hmm.
After we split up, who y'all think the children, the younger children, call daddy? Me, because they see my other 4 children doing it. This dude ain't even in the picture. I'm taking care of them like they mine. So I understand where all the brothers coming from because this is what men do. They take care of the kids and the women and children in our community, and that's what we look out for first, and that's what we should do. So that's, man, great topic, bro. That's all I can say. I just put a little bit of my information and what's going on in my world. Let y'all brothers know that I'm in the same situation and doing the same thing. She made a mistake, had kids by a bum. You know what I'm saying? Dude all in jail, ran off. I mean, and she was older. We had our children while we was younger. She was when she got with a, I don't know, I don't know how it went with her, but she had two girls by another dude, and I'm taking care of them basically. So that's just a little bit of my information, and that's how it go. But she surviving, we surviving, and the kids are good. That's how it go,
Salute,
bro.
salute.
Uh,
That's a fact. That's a fact.
yeah.
Men lead by example.
Well,
What's up, sis? How you doing?
How you doing, my king?
I'm good, sis. Just had to get that out. But how you been?
Oh, I've been excellent. I'm in good spirits. This is a subject that's very near and dear to my heart because my father, bless his heart, he was an alpha male, and I'm married to an alpha male, 18 years strong. And on the low, some women have questioned why I support certain brothers on YouTube, alpha males, and I won't waver. Y'all know I'm not gonna waver. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Um, I did a video called "Black Men Need to Stand Firm on Their Position." Now, my father was nobody's joke, and the passion and the fire that y'all hear come out of me when I get up on my high horse is you hearing my father. So my father married the unquote church woman. This is not my biological mother. And she fought against that man in that house. She went against his rules. She went against everything. This man got her clothes tailor made. She went on trips. She went to Africa twice, nice cars and everything. And when my father got sick, my husband was taking care of him because she was so wrapped up in her image and in her church. Um, wow. Mm.
God damn. Take it easy, sis.
Ooh, this is touchy.
God damn, boy.
Take your time, sis. Take your time.
I put it to y'all like this. My father's death is marked homicide. My father ended up on the bottom of some stairs, and they couldn't prove if she did it or not. I'm that man's only child. And my father never wavered being the man that he was. And I never seen a woman fight so hard against a man who respect her immensely. But it was like she wanted to chop him down. So when he got sick, I just seen how that was an opportunity to further neglect my father. Because my father was a very independent man. He could take care of himself. And sometimes you have to understand backstories why I'm the way that I am. I'm gonna tell y'all, brother, something. Stand firm on your position. I remember somebody said to me, "It's really sad. I feel sorry for you, Miss Santana, married to a man that you're married to." My husband ain't never raised his hand towards me. He ain't never called me a bitch. He's always there. Boss didn't talk to him. JT didn't talk to him. You hear my house is quiet, very respectful, but this man ain't nobody's joke. And the thing that I don't like in my family is I'm his fourth wife. When you listen to me real good, I'm his fourth wife. And this man raised four kids by himself. All four of them got their degrees. The other ones was playing, cheating on them, just all kind of games, talking on the phone at night while this man is tired after work because he was an iron worker for 35 years. And he out here working like a Hebrew slave. So there's backstories behind this. I'm not gonna waver. There's good black men out here. And then what you see, you get a little sorry punk weak Negro, and you put all your energy into that. And then when you got a black man to stand firm on his position, you want a buck. That's the way. That's just my truth. I don't fully understand how some of my sisters can support sorry poop butt ass Negroes. It's affecting our families. We need men to
Facts.
stand up, man. And it doesn't mean that some alpha male is knocking you upside the head. We'd be dumb to put up with some crap like that. You don't put up with that. But I see women put up with that. Support that. You don't put up with that, my sisters. Don't put up with no Negro putting his hands on you. He put his hands on you, you bring the crew over and kick his ass. But you do the opposite. I'm confused. There's some stuff we're not doing. We all out of order. We can put it on the black woman. We can put it on the black man. We all out of order. What is going on with us? We all got to do our parts, and we all have to hold each other accountable when we're not right. My daughter had a habit of screaming and hollering at her boyfriend in the public. I said, you can't do that. That's disrespectful. But no, don't say nothing. You don't tell the black woman nothing when she doing anything wrong. But if he doing something wrong, then you get up in his ass. No, it has to be collectively. We have to all do this together. It can't be lopsided. It can't be lopsided. And one more thing, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I want to say that being married to an alpha male, one thing that I had to learn, because this is my second marriage, is I had to learn how to get out of his way, because he gonna do how he gonna do his thing. I was busy getting in his way, not realizing I had what I had to do, because I had to everything uh, in the household. Because I would have sent nigga before.
Breaking up, sis.
Before, and when I actually had that man way.
Peace. Y'all can hear me?
Peace. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's up, Renee? How you been?
Hey. All right. Peace to you. Peace to all the panel. Peace to the chat. Um,
Peace, Queen
I'm good.
Renee.
I did.
Peace.
Hey. Um, peace, Red Chat. Yeah, I had stepped away for a minute, DS1, but I heard much of what you were saying earlier on, and I did, do have some comments, but I also have a couple of questions. I want to know from the brothers, what is an alpha male to you? What is your definition of an alpha male?
Okay. I'm gonna start with myself. Well, the definition of an alpha male is a man who speaks from his heart, who speaks his truth, and he doesn't waver. He knows what's right, he does what's right, and he represents what he speaks upon. Is he always in alignment with it? No. We're gonna make mistakes, but for the majority of it, an alpha male is a man who says what he's gonna do, and he does what he says he's gonna do, and he doesn't waver. Meaning, he doesn't. It doesn't matter if it hurts your feelings, or if the situation doesn't call for this, and none of that stuff. He's not gonna waver on his position.
So when you say he's not going to waver on his position, that means whether he's right or wrong. Do you know
No,
what you mean?
that doesn't. No, that
He
doesn't mean
has to
that.
speak
Like
truth.
I, like,
He has to speak
like
truth.
I, that's what I mean. And
He has to speak
meaning,
truth.
right. And if him speaking his truth offends anyone, he's not gonna waver from speaking his truth.
Facts.
Hmm. Okay. So I guess I'll just give kind of my, you know, my perceptions and my perspective um on this. You know, I personally feel like, okay, first, this is my background. I always like to tell people this so that they have an understanding. But for me, um, so they can have an understanding of what I'm getting to say. But my parents have been married for over 35 years. Um, all their children are together. Um, they got married very young. But my father was always, that stand up man, and of course, he loved his wife and his children very much. So I had a type of father who, we basically call him the drill sergeant. He is a military man when he was in the military. So um and he's very dominant, very dominant. And but he's a type where, you could set a watch by him in the sense of, he went to work every day. He came home, he took care of his family. Um, he made a lot of decisions, but at the same time, he was backed and supported by my mother. And if needed be, she would make the decision on something if that's what it was. So they really worked with each other. I really, really grew up seeing that dynamic of, it wasn't like, oh, you can just do this now. You better go ask your daddy, or he'd be like, well, you ask your mama. We had a level of balance there. While, he was still, I don't like to necessarily say alpha, but he was still the African male. And the reason why I say African is because alpha, that's kind of their terms, but I still say that to understand where you're coming from. But anyway, I'm sorry.
Mute yourself, JT.
But
Good
yeah,
looking,
so
bro.
but yeah, so in terms of that, so that's where I come from. And in fact, when people my personality, is strong. I could be a very passionate speaker, passionate about different things. And I've had some brothers say to me, "Oh, you probably came from a single mother home." And you just no, actually, I didn't. And actually, was my father who taught me certain things about men and what makes a man, um, what certain things to expect. Um, how as a woman, you're kind of viewed, and to always uh to stand my ground as well when I'm dealing on something and I know, I'm right, to a degree, or to have be able to stand on my square. So these are things that actually were taught to me by a very strong black man. And I was also very close with all my uncles. I have 9 uncles, so they all were very close and integral in my life. And all of those men are all married, well, except for one, to a black woman. Um, anyway, so this is I'm just telling you how I grew up. Now my problem that I have in more current times, as far as just how things are in the society when it comes to black people, I feel like black men, the dynamic between black men and women, and let me be clear, I'm never talking about all black men or even all black women. I'm always speaking of that particular segment. um so, because it's a lot of great brothers out here, a lot of great brothers. 100%. I know plenty, but in this time, I feel like black women have played, like, we've played by the rules to a large degree. Black women have been really good sports when it comes to so many different things. And I'll give you some examples because it's this kind of notion or idea that's put out there that black women are so rebellious, and now it's this independent type of thing going on. But even the black woman being an independent woman, a lot of that was still due to some of the things that our men or black men set forth, and I'll tell you how. So if you go back and you look at some of the black exploitation era, Okay, we can even go there, and we can look at a time period where it was promoted for black men to pimp black women, and the black woman was the whore, and the black man he was the man. You know what I'm saying? If he's pimping black women and putting them on the street and taking their money and whooping their ass, like that was promoted. A lot of people love that. I know even my father, he got all of them movies, the Mac and all of that kind of stuff. But you had that generation that was heavy with that, and that was put out there. Then you go into the gangster rap element and the calling women bitches and whores. Bitches ain't but hoes, and lick on these, all of that kind of stuff that was put out there by people like or groups like NWA. But you had Too Short, you had Two Live Crew, you had all of these other people who were saying all kind of nasty, despicable lyrics about black women. When beforehand it was a more of a conscious type of thing, ladies first. Even into the early '90s, you had that, and then that made way for a whole new different time. So I remember during that time, or even just doing research on that time. But I'm an '80s baby, so I still remember a lot of things that happened in the early '90s and things around that time. But you had where somebody like C. Dolores Tucker, a black woman, spoke out about the disrespect of black women, the lyrics in the songs of calling women bees and whores. And she is an elder. She went on to be disrespected by tons of people, including Tupac. They called this woman all kind of bitches. They disrespected that woman to no end. And all she was doing was saying, hey, what's up with the language and things about how black women are being portrayed and how black women are being talked about in this music. And what we heard from many people like Snoop, and then even just the regular brothers in the community, that if you're not a bitch, he's not talking about you. If you're not a whore or a slut, he's not talking about you. So therefore, don't take it personal, because these type of women do exist. These bitches and these whores, they do exist out here. And so women, a lot of sisters adapted to that. They said, okay, well, he ain't talking about me. So they still listen to the music. They still played it and danced to it and things, because that's something that a lot of people went on to accept. But then you jump to more modern times, and all that's talked about is how black women support these artists and these people who call black women bitches and whores, and just talk about them in such an awful way. But again, a lot of sisters did that in following what black men had to say about it. That it's not talking about you, it's just talking about bitches, right? And so then you have, even going into the independent black woman type thing, you have where, first of all, let's be clear, the black woman was always overrepresented in the American workforce. The black woman was never, ever, ever, ever in a position of being the domestic with her feet up. The black woman always, always works, because whenever during slavery, the black woman got no exceptions made for her. Even if she on her cycle, even if she's pregnant, she just had a baby, she's breastfeeding. It didn't. Nobody gave a damn. Her expectation was to get out there and work just as hard as the men, from can't see to can't see. Okay, and this is why they dug up bones of our ancestors, and plenty of women who their muscle had disconnected from the bone, they literally had worked to death. So in terms of going into the workforce and stuff, those are things the white women dealt with, and all of the feminism and stuff that came from that. That was white women's issues. So when we jump ahead and we think about in terms of the independent black woman, the black woman was already beat down. For those sisters who did or need assistance with their children, via welfare, food stamps, government housing, things of that nature. Black women were put down for that. And then it was the thing of, oh, black women are gold diggers. You had a lot of that stuff being pushed in the '90s, that a black woman is a gold digger. She's just trying to get your money. She's just trying to get what you got. So then a lot of sisters adapted to that and went into, okay, well, I make my own money. Okay, well, I'm not needing a man for his money. I'm not needing a man to take care of me. I'm not trying to gold dig him. So then sisters went in that direction, right? You had a time where going into, and I'm not blame. Let me be clear. I'm not blaming these things on men, because it takes two. I'm just showing you where, you know, in a lot of ways, sisters have kind of played along with what a lot of brothers want. I'll give a couple more examples and I'm done. You look at a lot of people talk about black women have had all of these abortions. Black women are the biggest, killers and all of this kind of stuff, which is, I definitely do not agree with abortion. I'm against abortion. However, let's keep it funky. It's been tons of brothers who have told the woman to get an abortion, who have straight up said, I don't give a damn. I ain't taking care of no kid. Nope. If you have it, that's your child. Or they paid for it. They said, well, here's the money. They took the women to get the abortion and paid for it because they wanted her to have an abortion. And a lot of brothers let her know, if you bring that child in, you're going to be raising that child. And so nobody talks about that dynamic, of the dynamic of the situation or relationship between people. And the woman gets pregnant, and then it's like, hey, I'll pay for you to have an abortion, but you need to go ahead and get rid of that. So nobody talks about that segment as well. And then when the sisters do have those babies, and she may need help or assistance, then she's talked about for needing help and assistance. Or if she does bring the baby and she's looking to the father to have some child support, now she's going along with the white man. Now it's always some excuse. One of the last ones I'll give is when you look at marriage, right? You have where black men statistically are the demographic who least desire to get married, right? We know a lot of brothers who don't want to get married. So what you have is where a lot of sisters went ahead and accepted that, because most women overwhelmingly want to get married. They want to have the big wedding. They want all of that. They want to be someone's wife. They want, all of that, right? Their whole life. Now, here's the thing, right? You had a lot of brothers who, like I said, they didn't want that. Oh, we don't need a piece of paper. We don't need the white man to validate us, our love, and this and that. You had a lot of sisters who went with that, who ended up being like even common law, whatever the case may be. But let's say when if that relationship does break up and that relationship fails at some time, be it fault from either one, what happens? Now that woman is characterized as a single woman or single parent. Now she's a single mother. And it's like, oh, she was just out here dealing with dudes. But she could have been with a man for a consistent period of time who told her that I don't want to get married. We don't need the white man's piece of paper. So I feel like in terms of some of the ways that black women are today, for some sisters, again, I'm not talking about all black men, I'm not talking about all black women, but for some sisters in the way that they are today, I see a detachment from the acknowledgement from some brothers that there are contributing factors to this, that is more than one-sided. And I'm not saying anyone on here said it's one-sided. Everybody said it takes both. But I'm just trying to bring some clarity to that. And I've been talking forever, so I'm past the mic.
Yeah, because I agree with everything you saying, Queen Renee, but your points, they can go both ways, because I've seen this play on both sides, on every situation and on every topic that you touched. It can play on both sides, because I've seen it happen on both sides, and I've witnessed it on both sides of the situation. As far as the abortion thing go, as far as the woman going out just having an abortion on a man, he might want the baby and she might not want it. So it can play on both sides. As far as the pimp hand go, as far as the women being out there, the pimp was just out there mainly. They started off to protect the woman, but then he saw that he can make it out of a hustle and get her money. The pimp is usually out there protecting. The woman could have been out there whoring by herself, but the pimp was just out there to protect her.
But see, even that has a historical record. But see, my whole point in saying what I said was to show that. Because I'm saying a
Right.
lot of times we hear how it's the black woman, she's doing XYZ. That was my point in saying all that I said, is to say that there's some ownership on both ends of the spectrum. And in
Mhm.
terms of the pimp, like if we look back historically during slavery, you had where the white man chose a black man who was maybe more flashy or flamboyant, or somebody who's more, outspoken, or a certain type of characteristics, and they would have
Right.
him, and they would give him, his hat or different things of his, and he would sell the women. He would sell the women and children on sex farms, and in many instances to white men who were coming to pay. You know, look at
Mm-hmm.
this right here. She's supple and she's young. So those things also have a historical connection as well. It's not just about protecting the woman, because if we're really talking about protecting the woman, and I'm not saying that that's not needed either, I think it would be more important to create infrastructures and businesses where a woman wouldn't feel the need to have to go out and prostitute herself. So trying to bring. I'm just saying it's balanced on both ways.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
What's up, brother Rob? How you, King?
Yo, peace, D. Man, I'm all good, man. You know, fired up listening to everybody. Peace, Sister Renee. You know what I'm saying? Peace to the panel. Peace to everybody in the chat. I was
Peace, brother.
yes, sir. I was looking at the title and you know, I was just looking at it in a slightly different way. You know, I mean, if we looking at the black man's image, in my opinion, that image, it has to be shaped by us and for our well-being, and in doing that, of course, we want to set the standard high. You know, and me, I preach, you know, for those that don't know, professionally, I work in a school. And so I preach this at school, personal development. So when you start talking about getting into a relationship, right, you got to consider who you getting into a relationship with and then your flaws, you know. So in personal development, you look and you self-evaluate to try to make yourself better. And then you know, sometimes when the other party give us they feedback on their interactions with us, we just got to be humble enough to accept that maybe we a little rough around the edges, and we can be better people. And in being better people, the family will be better. We'll be able to interact better with each other. We'll be able to actually love each other, you know. But in truth, brother, uh, uh, um, uh, and this about to be harsh, you know, our collective apathy, our collective apathy, you know, towards our situation. Of course, I'm preaching to the choir, you know, everybody in the chat and everybody on the panel. Clearly, you know, we are conscious and cognizant of our situation. And so that's why we having this conversation. But in mass, you know, one to another, you know, I live in Chicago, and, you know, uh, uh, our situation, you know, it calls for some urgency. But you know, of course, it's not felt, and you know, I'm disappointed about that on the daily, and you know, but I'm not disenchanted at all, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm fired up, man, and I'll be talking to my little brothers about, you know what I'm saying, they image. I talk to them about it all the time. Think about it, King. If you walking down the street with your pants hanging all off your ass, you know what I'm saying, showing everybody how much money you got, you know, and tricking off and buying bottles and, you know what I'm saying, and popping all kind of pills and all of this type of thing is destructive to you. And then that young brother, you know, just like how we was affected, you know, if we was looking at our elder, the brother that was riding the BMW, the 745, hell, that's who you wanted to be like. You ain't want to be like the blacksmith. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Just in reality and truth. So we just have to really redefine what's a proud, self-assertive man, black man power image. What image are we looking for? And then that image, it gotta be in line with our desires. You know what I'm saying? If that's the goal, it got to be in line with our desires. And I'm hoping, I'm trusting that everybody that's listening and in the chat and participating, they want to see our people grow. They want to see
Facts.
us get out this rut.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it's going to take us to stand on our 1-2 and be men and be better and raise the standard and speak on it. I mean, that's just, you know, I mean, you know, I know that sound harsh. It ain't probably not popular and shit like that. People ain't going, yeah, you know what I mean? But in truth, brother, that's what we need. We need a standard, and it got to be universal. No matter what you believe. What matters is our immediate. and not urgent, you know what I'm saying, need to show an example to our kids, man. It's urgent. If we don't do it now, I mean, we only got ever so many years. I mean, that's just how I feel, you know. I fall back a little bit, but that's how I feel.
I agree. I agree with you, bro. You know, suicide. What's up, bro?
What up? What up? How you doing, man? How y'all doing right now?
Cooling, bro. Just cooling, man. You know, good looking for coming through. What you think of the topic, man?
Peace.
Yeah. Peace to everybody and on the panel. Peace to everybody in the chat right now. Peace to everybody who viewing. Oh yeah, the image of the black man in 2017. Yeah, I talk about image all the time because I know of how very important it is. I know how very inspirational it is, very influential it is. So that's one of my biggest things about the image of us as a whole. But talking about the black man image, yeah, that's another thing. I always that's why I did that show about the black male rapper, young black African American male rappers up and coming, because that's one of the main things in hip hop. That's what sells. So they gotta have a certain image to draw in a certain type of crowd. So on that because images are powerful. You watch movies, the images are very powerful. Image very powerful. Say should
Breaking up, bro.
black men today, but it's I'm breaking up.
Yeah.
But hold up. All right. Is that better or is it still
Yeah, that's better, bro. You good.
all right? So the image is not by um regular black men just like walking around every day. It's the media black men. It's the entertainment black man. It's the black man on a cover, the black man on a magazine. That is the image of a black man. And that shouldn't be the image of a black man, but that's what we allowed to take over. So that's why I started to try to be the difference or like the choice. Because some people gotta have choices. So we gotta figure out how we can make being, like you said, being yourself cool again. We gotta make um understanding who you are cool again, because that's not cool in society. Society is running the people mind right now. Society is running fashion right now and what black man is supposed to be and look like right now. And that's what we got to change. We got to show them that it's okay to be right here. It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to switch up the clothes. You don't have to wear your clothes like that. You don't have to sag to be cool. Be yourself is cool enough. You don't have to fit in all the time with the cool crowds that doing a lot of negativity. You could be a square, because being a square today is looked upon as weird, and out you get outcasted for being a square, which that's so far from the truth, because the square dudes is the one who actually represent. The square dudes is the one who actually hold down the fort. The square dudes is the one who actually want to build up something. The square dudes who actually don't mind reading, doesn't mind putting it together. So those are the ones that um, should be idolized, but they're not, because society is ruling. So we got to figure out how to put us in the forefront, or because we battling to get society image. But it's kind of hard when everybody, the black man today is walking around just imitating whatever's on TV. So we gotta have those like old school OGs. They used to check the young OGs or the young gangsters. Like, look, man, you can't do this. Go over there. That's what we need, cause ain't no more of that. Or the big uncle, what I'm saying, that they try to put you on the right track. That's what kind of man we need right now, because it's going too far. And the entertainment is ruling the black male image. It's ruin it to the point that it's like no return. The fashion industry want to make it look like the black male. It's okay for you to wear female pants. No, it's not okay for you to wear your sister pants. It's never. What do you mean it's okay for you to wear female pants? Now y'all both shopping at Forever 21. Y'all both shopping in the female section to see. That's not cool. That's not how we rock. The female rock wear their clothes the way they wear it, and the males wear their clothes how they wear it. But today in society, man, they got us looking crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's true what y'all said. I'm a witness to that. I deal with females all the time, bro. I deal with them all the time. And if you do the compare and contrast, you can see that the dudes that ain't nothing, they get the most love. They get the most attention. They get the most fight. They fight for the dudes who don't do nothing. They fight for the dudes who really don't put food back in the house. They fight for the dudes who don't put gas back in the car. You know what I'm saying? They fight for the dudes who don't help them with their kids, who don't help them with no bills. They fight for them dudes.
Facts.
But the square, you know what I'm saying? They fight for them. But the square dudes, the dudes who want to sit down and civilize and have a conversation instead of fighting, so the police get called and somebody get called to jail and lose their job or something, those dudes get ignored. Like the queen, the Mother Earth Royale said. Why they rather fight for the dudes who don't do nothing and then get bucked with the dudes who want to be civilized and just want to build and don't want to fuss all the time. That don't mean he ain't no alpha male. That mean he know the time is limited. He rather spend his time on building and getting stuff in order than using it to fight all the goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? So I've been on both sides of the spectrum. They say, yo, all right, suicide, you too nice. Oh, I'm too nice. All right, let's go. I even lose being a super alpha male. It still don't work. Because most of them, you can't tell them like, yo, you wrong. They ain't respecting you. Like DS1 said, they want you to be a yes man. And then once you be a yes man, they gonna switch it up on you and they gonna play you. They gonna do all of that. So even if you were alpha male out here, it depends on the female that you messing with. Because even if you want to be an alpha male and you don't give in and all of that, and you showing resistance, they still gonna do whatever they want to do. So it's all about. That's why I teach. It's all about you understanding who you are, what you willing to accept, what you willing not to accept. How much do you really love yourself to deal with something that you're not comfortable with? You see what I'm saying? That's what it's really about, because we all gonna find somebody that give us resistance sometime. We all gonna find somebody to give us a little extra fight than the normal. You know what I mean? So the image of a black man is kind of messed up because they got both of us, black man and female. So that's why the image is kind of messed up, because they got both of us roaring against each other. So one gonna talk about the female, and then the female gonna talk about the male. So now the image is like, you know what? We just gonna do what we do. All black women ain't nothing. All they do is argue. All they do is fight. So they got us out there uh, killing with the Caucasian. That's the new thing. Oh,
Really?
let's go ahead and pair up with that.
Wait, can you
Pair up with that.
can you repeat that?
What?
Can you repeat
Repeat
that?
what?
What you just said about all black
Repeat.
women ain't. You said something to that extent. All black women was argue or something to that extent, and they have us going
Oh,
to the cage.
you probably didn't hear the whole thing. All right, I said this. I said that the the um the society or the media have us warring against each other,
Oh,
and having the men are saying all the women, all the black women, they too hard to get along with. They too bossy. They always talking back, and then they got the black woman saying, well, all black men ain't this. So, and now they got the images is up with it's better to be with the Caucasian. Yeah, you see the pictures. It's better to
right,
be with someone with the Caucasian, and they make it say that's all good. Look, I don't be dissing all that. That's some people do, but that's not cool to have us thinking like, you know what? It's better to be with somebody outside of your race. That's the whole thing. They preaching it's
right.
better to be outside of your race than inside of your race, and I don't respect that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not mad at whoever, all them brothers, whoever they do. I don't know if they do it on purpose or not, but you know that's the image of society is saying, you know what, black man and black woman, y'all can't get along, so y'all should just go elsewhere. You see what I'm saying? Y'all can't deal with each other. Y'all should just go elsewhere. Y'all can bash each other all you want. I mean, you can get on TV and play this game and disrespect each other, but we're not gonna give y'all that Bill Cosby look no more. You see what I'm saying? We're not gonna give y'all those Adam families looks no more. We're not gonna do that because that means y'all gonna understand that y'all are greater together than apart. See what I'm saying? So that's my whole thing. So the image of 2017 it's not looking good, man. It's not looking good, and I'm gonna try to do my best to switch it up the best way I can. I see DS1 go do his thing to try to switch it up the best way he can. This brother right here, I don't know his name. He seems like he on board to do the best he can, and that's all we can do. Like I said on my channel, we don't need thousands of us. We only need a couple hundred to stand strong, and we gonna make a move, man. That's what I gotta say about that, bro.
Good looking,
But
bro. Good looking. Hold on, Renee. Hold on, Renee. Let me let boss. What's up, bro?
What's up with it, bro?
How you, King?
What's going on? What's up to everybody in the chat? What's up to everybody on the platform?
Peace,
What's
my
up,
brother.
boss?
Peace.
Peace, peace.
I mean, little bro, I
peace.
wanted to how you doing too
Peace,
legit
bro.
to quit? What's going on, suicide? You know, I wanted to touch on and
I'm good.
matter of fact, I'm gonna say this first. The, I'm gonna touch on with DS1 what you was talking about earlier, bro. And I'm gonna say this right now. The type of woman I'm about to discuss, to all the ladies that's listening, if this ain't the type of woman you are, don't ask me no questions. I'm gonna say that now because sometimes when us men put that disclaimer out there, we still have women that still, feel some type of way. But bro, you was telling the truth, when you was talking about, simps, suckers, suckers that stand behind females that be on bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And see, a dude like that, to me, if you would stand behind a female that's on bullshit with men, you probably one of them dudes that use females to set men up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody got to be held accountable. We're not going to hold a female up to a certain stature just because she's a woman. What up with it, bro? We're not going to do that. There's different categories of women. Some women don't deserve no respect. Some women walk around here thinking that they men. And when we talk about alpha male versus the beta male, I mean, a lot of women is cool with out their names and doing fuckery. They cool with that as long as a man is cool with it. But soon as a man stand up and say that's some bullshit, soon as a man pull that rug up and get to sweeping dirt, a lot of these women, you a problem to them. You know, us men do got a bad name. But what about the men that then took women out of poverty? What about the men who out here paying for cars, paying for mortgages, paying rent, taking care of other women's kids that ain't even theirs and they ain't even got to do it, but they got love in their heart to where that's something that they gonna do? What about those men? What about the man that fell in love with the woman that was the cashier at the corner grocery store. But if the shoe was on the other foot, if a brother tried to holler at a woman and he bagging groceries, oh, he's something to laugh at. You know, I mean, I don't like what's going on, and I really don't fuck with dudes that simp for females, especially ones that they don't know. I ain't backing no female up on no bullshit. None. I'm not gonna let a woman think that her fuckery is cool because I'm trying to get some ass. Yeah, let's be real blunt here. Because that's what a lot is going on. A lot of these women get stuck up for these punks is looking for something in return. Now, if we're gonna hold men up to a certain statue, we gotta hold these women up too. And I don't care if you cool with them and this, that, and the third. I flipped on True Royal 2 days straight. Yeah, you know, you my sister, but when you out of line, you out of line. And she was out of line. And she didn't look at me as no a different type of way. She knew what time it was. Don't ever stick behind certain women for their fuckery. Now, it's good women out here working every day, doing what they supposed to do. They respect men. See, a lot of what it got to do with, see, a lot of women feel like if they respect a man, that makes them lesser than a woman because they got to show out in front of their friends. They got to make their friends think that they got it going on. Let's talk about that.
Whew. Whew.
A lot of women want punks. They want simps. They want to be able to go into the man's wallet and he better not ask no questions. She can walk around and do what she want to, and the man better not ask no questions. If you're a woman, be a woman. Stop trying to be a man, and maybe you won't get treated like one. So
That's a
you know
fact.
that's where I'm at.
That's a fact. I agree, bro. I definitely agree. And just to touch on what Renee was talking about earlier, what you was talking about, sis, as far as, you know, the black exploitation movies and all that type of stuff. I look at it like this. A lot of women get caught up with pimping and all that type of stuff because they look at those pimps as alpha males. And I believe every woman wants to be up under a man like that. A woman wants to feel vulnerable under a man, a real man. Now, do I agree with pimps being alpha males? No, because they lie to women to get what they want from them. That and there's nothing alpha about that. But the reason why you see women flocking to the drug dealer, flocking to the pimps, flocking to the robber, because they're in a position of power. Women are power hungry. They love they love men of power and men of influence. So even if
Mm.
so even if your influence is negative, they're still going to get women attracted to it because they exude in some form of strength or power, whether it's positive or negative.
Facts.
So that's why you see those women dealing with pimps and max and all of that. And you got to remember something too, sis. Black men didn't go into pimping and macking because they learned that from the white man. They got into that shit because they were poor. And that was the thing to do back in that time. Just like when they ushered in the drugs. The pimps left and drugs came in. So the men went from selling women to selling drugs. So the problem is not the pimp. The problem is not the drug dealer. The problem is poverty.
Where the
The
drugs
fact
push the
that black
pimps out.
men, the fact that black men had no ways to make money back then because
None
of certain
whatsoever.
things. And what black women have to stop doing, y'all have to stop limiting black men. Stop saying y'all black men should be doing this. Y'all black men should be doing that. Because what y'all saying to us is, if we're not doing those things y'all think we should be doing, then we're not worthy of respect. Then we're not worthy of honor. And that's wrong. You want to touch on that, JT?
Yeah, I definitely want to touch on that because get back to my situation. I watch Joe. I helped raise like almost four different types of families. It would be at times that some of the mothers, or even the stepmothers, even the aunts, was not in alignment what I was trying to do for the family because me being a black man. I'm talking about had make them kids go to school. Make them kids make sure they have an alignment of doing their homework. Make sure that if they're gonna learn something about their history, you go to that principal. You go to the district office. You do all that. You see when it comes down to it, I tell people all the time, as me being a godfather, again, of help raising three different types of families, you're not going to get the notoriety. Forget, just do it out of love. I tell people all the time, do it because you're trying to save lives. I get my notoriety later on. My notoriety is that they learning. They learning from me. Whatever I did in the past was wrong, I'm giving you positive. That's my joy. They grow up to be genuine, strong, black alpha males to stand up to do what's right. Because it's always easy to fold up to do what's wrong. But it takes a hell of a person to do what's right, even though there are numbers against you. Even there's even like you don't get no help from society, you still go on because you gotta have to understand it's the betterment for the kids. And I hear the certain narrative. My sister Renee had talked about it. We had talked about it for years. I've been hearing that for years. And I always loved the black woman. I always would say, I want you got to be part of their life. And there are some, just as the black man had walked away, there are some sisters that have walked away from their lives. So I got to keep on going. How do I look like and go and say, your mother did it, your mother did it? No. So for me, never run away from responsibility. Think of them first. As long as you have the breath of fresh air, as long as you have the strength, as long as you have the fortitude, you do whatever you can to save them kids. Because when they happy, trust me, you get a joy out of it. You happy. All I have to say, us as black men, we doing it. Give us a fair shake. Let us acknowledge us. That's all we want. That's it. That's it, my brother. Thank you.
You want to respond to that, sis? See, you unmuted yourself a few times.
Yeah, I definitely do, and I wanted to respond to it, or just say a couple other things.
It's long-winded.
Oh well, go ahead. Whoever said I'm long-winded, go ahead.
Go ahead, sis.
Yeah. Anyway, so I feel like a lot of times when it comes to black women, a lot of times it's damned if we do, damned if we don't.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm not talking about all black men. I'm talking strictly about a segment. um,
The simps.
so if it doesn't apply to you, wasn't it intended? But a lot of times it's damned if we do, damned if we don't. So in terms of if a black woman, um, let's say she has a college degree or she's educated, she has her own car, her own place, and all of those kinds of things. And let's say she doesn't have any children, or let's say maybe she even has one child. And she says that, she wants a man, a black man who's on quote unquote her level, like economically, education wise, also in terms of having no children, or if she has a child, having one child. And let's say that's the type of man that she's looking for. That's her standard she's setting. Now, if she seeks to get with that type of man, a lot of times you will hear brothers say, she's bougie, she's stuck up, she thinks she's all that. You don't want to give good brothers a chance, who may have had some issues in the past or different things, or brothers who getting their stuff together. You don't want to give those good brothers a chance. However, if a black woman goes and gets with a brother who has maybe some children or a couple of children by another woman or different women, or he has maybe like a record, maybe he did some time before, he had some different situations in his past. He's maybe not college educated, but he's trying to get himself on track, or let's say he's working, trying to elevate, and she gets with him. Now, if she gets with him, and let's say the relationship goes south, let's say he let's say he cheated on her. Okay, we'll just say that. Now, when that woman says something about that or whatever the case may be, then you will have other brothers who then say, see, that's what you get. Black women only want thugs. Black women only want no good black men. Black women, you only want to deal with these type of men who already had children. So it's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you have a standard, then your standard is too high and you're not giving the average black man a chance. If you give the average black man a chance who may have had some issues or in the past of some children, then you're not wanting the quote good guys who don't have that past. It's like either way, it's gonna be something, no matter what it is. And also in terms of like the pimps and in terms of the prostitutes and things, many of those women, I just disagree that women want to be under a man. I think that many of those women are usually abused women. They were like runaways early in their life. A lot of them on drugs. A lot of them have a lot of other severe issues. Not to say that there couldn't be just an average, regular, you know, level-headed, level-headed sister who may get involved in that. But for the most part, you're going to see that's women, they were maybe in a foster care system, um, juvenile, other issues that happen that will force that woman to even go and be on the street to sell her body or to become a escort or any of those things. So not to say it can't be a regular black woman. When I say regular, I mean not on drugs, not been disowned as a child, not been abused. I'm not saying that, but that can happen. But it's more common to see girls who have been abused sexually and are on drugs and things like that to turn into prostitutes or seek out pimps. Now, another thing is women are taught, like of any other race of women, it's taught that when you get with a man, you get with only a man who can provide as much for you as your family or better in terms of how you grew up. And nobody says anything about other races of women, for the most part, having those types of standards. But then again, it goes back to black women. When black women have those types of standards, then we're told, well, the white man's trying to keep the black man down. It's hard for brothers to get a job or find work. Um, any other sorts of things. Again, it still weighs back on the black woman being the bad guy or being a gold digger because she's seeking to have a man that has some type of economic stability in his life and can also help to provide that for her. But when we look around the world culturally, that's customary. Even when you look in terms of tribes and different things, it's like, do you have something to offer that daughter? You look back at dowries and things of that nature. So I just find that something that's also very interesting. Also, you said something about poverty, but we have to look at the fact that poverty is caused by white supremacy. Anytime you have a capitalist system, as Malcolm X said, there can be no capitalism without racism. So in a capitalist system,
Facts.
you must have a permanent underclass of people. And so for this country, that permanent underclass of people is black people. And that's why to this day, we have about the same amount of wealth as we did in 1860 before slavery was slavery was abolished. So because of that, you're going to have higher incidences of people. That's why I don't come down on my brothers who have, had run-ins with the law, who have, sold drugs at a period of time. It's not a good thing for the community, but I understand because when you are basically frozen out economically, from the system and being able to be a legitimate part of it, as well as being miseducated and all those other things, people are going to go to illicit means many times, go to different things. Even some women go to prostitution, as we said, but you're going to have sometimes people go to illicit means in order to make ends meet, in order to feed their babies, kind of things happening. So that is by proxy, it is caused by white supremacy, by default. So I just want to throw that in there. Let me hurry it up. Okay. Now this is something this is something I have seen, and I want to commend the brother JT for what he was saying, as far as helping out with children. And I agree with him wholeheartedly. And that's another thing too, because we do need our brothers. We need our brothers desperately in the community. We need y'all so much. And in terms of, it not necessarily having to be about you being able to screw a woman, in order to help her children. Like we don't have to have that. We can still have a level of respect for the community and respect for the babies and reaching out to them, regardless of if you and the mother are having a intimate relationship. And I would love to see that more often in the community, and also from the women who would be open to allowing more brothers to come in and provide them assistance. Of course, it ain't gonna be just any brother walking off the street, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's some sisters who are closed off to that, because he ain't gonna tell my child what to do and all of that kind of crazy stuff. So again, like I always say, I come from both directions, and I think balance has to be had on all ends. Okay, I'm gonna pass the mic for now because I have like I'll pass the mic.
I agree with you, but there's one thing that I kind of find faulty in what everything you were saying is, and I notice a lot of, women that's deal in this conscious community, they all point out things that they notice about men being wrong, and then they turn around and say that they need us. Now, that right there will make a man in 2017, that is what's making men say, fuck a relationship, fuck the children, fuck a marriage, I'm gone. And you know why I'm saying that? Because everything you just said, how you pointed out certain things that's faulty in black men. And a lot of black women do this. Y'all go down the checklist on everything that's wrong with black men, but then turn around and say y'all need us. That's contradictory. And what that does to men nowadays, that makes a lot of men wake up and say, listen, what you just said about women being damned if they do and damned if they don't, that's for men. Because you just named a checklist of shit, not you, but other women. They name a whole checklist of things that's wrong with black men and then turn around and say, we need y'all. How do you need me if you feel like I'm not shit? All I do is cheat. All I do is lie. All I do is steal. All I do is rob. All I do is sell drugs. All I do is kill my brother. So if you believe all that shit about me, how could you turn around and say you need me? How could you turn around and say I'm important to you? Do y'all understand that psychology and how that affects a man? And what happens is men deal with that from when they're boys. They hear that type of rhetoric being spewed around them. See, I grew up in a neighborhood where we knew each other. So my mother hung out with my homeboys' mothers. So I know how women speak. And see, that's another thing. Women need to start being more honest and candid when they speak. Y'all hold a lot of shit back when y'all like to talk about women. But see, my grandmother told me a lot of shit about women. How they lie, how they just as conniving as men.
Facts.
You know, how they get
Statistics show,
killed.
not to cut you off, brother, statistics show right now that women are the most cheatingest and the most lyingest people right now today. Black women are. And the statistics show it. Look that up.
Wait a
Look
minute,
it
say
up.
That's a
that
fact.
one more time.
Statistics is showing that right now. That women are the most cheatingest right now. Married women, black women are the most cheatingest and lyingest women today. Facts. Look it up.
Where can I
Do
find
your
that?
research on that. Just look it up. You do
But I'm
your
saying, where did
research
you
on
get
it.
it? No,
Just do your
I'm
research on it,
saying, where did
sister.
you get
Just
it
do your
from?
research on it. Just
I
do your
understand
research.
that. I'm just saying,
Black
where did
women
you
are the
get
most lying, is cheatingest women today.
it?
Facts.
Okay, so I'm just saying, where did you get
It's
that? Where
facts.
did you get your information?
Just do your research, sister, on it. I just want you to do your research on it. We'll build on it later.
No,
Do
but
your
I'm
research
asking
on it.
And
get
see,
yours.
like I was
And these
saying,
are
sis,
facts.
Because
like
if any fact I tell you, I can tell you where I got them.
all right,
So I'm just asking,
but
where
we
did you
not
get
gonna get
yours?
caught up in that, sis.
No, we ain't gonna get
We're not
caught up
gonna
in
get
that.
caught up in
But
that.
I'm
We
just
ain't gonna get
saying,
But I'm
caught up
saying,
in that.
these are
That's
facts.
going to deter the
but if I
conversation.
explain,
These are facts.
It's going to
but
Just
I'm
do
deter
saying,
the
your research on it.
conversation.
Go
So if you
go
care
ahead.
to
Go
look
ahead,
it
sis.
up, sis, just look it up, and that's that. Because I don't
Yep.
want to deter the conversation. But
Right.
what I was saying was these are the reasons why black men don't want to get married. Because how does being married in 2017 benefit black men? Answer that. I want to know being married to the average black woman today, because I'm going to touch on something else you said, sis. You said that a lot of times when black women say that they want a black man of a certain stature, black men say, oh, well, you bougie and da 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 da. I understand when you saying that. I don't believe that. I believe you should date a guy that's on your level. So if you papered up, you caked up, you live in a certain type of life, you should date a man that way. You should. I agree with it. That's the only man you should aspire to be with. But my thing is this: intent. Why do you intend on getting a man like that? Do you want a man to be economically sound just because you want him to feed your material desires? Because that's why a lot of women want men with resources, because they don't want to work, because they want to wear Chanel, because they want to wear Gucci and Louis. They don't want a man to take care of them because they know how to help their man in other ways. Like I said, it's more to a woman than just cooking me a meal. It's more to a woman to me than just sexing me every night. So what are you going to bring to the table if you do have a man that's financially sound besides your finances? And what do you intend to have with that man besides a bunch of goddamn money? Because most of the women who talk that, they just seeking money, not knowing that most of the dudes with money is the dudes who treat women the worst. Because I could replace your ass.
Facts. In 2017, good looks, uh, good pussy and good dick, that's not enough to get you in the door no more. And that go for everybody.
I wanted to respond to the question that you had about a couple of questions you said. First, when you said, why do women, you said, if a woman says all of this stuff and goes down a checklist and then say, we need you. Well, a lot of the things that you were saying in the conversation, I was just responding to that with somewhat of a perspective of a Black woman and a Black woman who's not on a lot of that. Because I can't speak for all Black women. But I'm just kind of speaking in general for some things I know, for some of the sisters that I deal with. But also, just because Black men, are needing Black men in the community, that doesn't mean that you don't have any critique for Black men. You can have critique for some, from, again, I said I was speaking about a particular segment. I tried to say that several times, but you can have critique for some of the men in the community, but still see that Black men are just as valuable to the Black community as Black women are, just as invaluable as Black women are. That doesn't mean that I hate Black men. If I see some things, critiques I have for some Black men, that doesn't mean I no longer think Black men are valuable to us. That doesn't mean that. So you can have criticism and still have love and need and desire for Black men to be in the community. But also you asked me, we can have both. We can chew gum and walk at the same time. But also you asked me what are the benefits in 2017 for men. Well, for Black men.
To get
Well,
married.
I'll give you just a couple of things. For one, it's a level of stability. For two, men who are married tend to live longer lives. You can also look that up. Also, in thinking in terms of children, thinking in terms of your children, the children you have, it gives them more of a stability and foundation when they know mommy and daddy are married, mommy and daddy are husband and wife. You're not having children with people and this is your boyfriend or this is your girlfriend and y'all have children. No, this is my husband and we have a family. This is my wife and we have a family. That does so much for a child, and all kinds of studies and information have shown that. That's not to say that people can't do harm to their children by the husband and wife arguing, fighting, and doing all those other sorts of things. But in terms of just having a level foundation, that does a lot more for your children and knowing their parents are husband and wife. And that's something that's missing. We can look at our community right now and see that we've been in a single mother culture for 40 years. I don't see how not being married has benefited our community. I don't see how the man and woman not being husband and wife has benefited. I see how it's been detrimental to our community. Then you speak in terms of, when people get older and they get sick, then it's, oh, this is my girlfriend? Huh? I mean, like, how long does that go on? At what point do we realize? And then this is another thing. When you look at some of the most successful people in this country economically, because let's keep it funky. We are in a capitalist system, right? So it takes money to survive. You can't just survive on love. You can't just survive on whatever. So when you look at some of the most successful people, they have families behind them. It's typically a whole family dynamic. For most of the men, even on the CEO list, almost, I want to say it's 90+% of them are married men. And so men tend to do better and make more money, and this is shown as a fact too, when they are married. So when you look at all ways, economically, socially, psychologically for your children, etc., being married, husband and wife lends more stability.
To the woman.
No, to the man as well. I just told you how men who are married tend to live longer lives. Men who are married tend to make more money. It's many benefits to men. It's not just a benefit to a woman. And also, what about the child? Is that don't I mean, are we not thinking too about the children? Well, most of us have not liked to be, and I told you my parents have been married for 35 years. When I was born, they was already married. But I'm saying for most children out there, don't you think most children want their parents to be together and they would love for their parents to be married and see
That's true.
pictures of their mommy and daddy at their wedding and all of that kind of stuff?
I would
Absolutely.
I would agree with that, but I'm looking at it from a reality standpoint, not from what somebody see in their mind. And the reason why I'm bringing this point up is because a lot of times men are not really ready to get married until they are financially stable.
Mm-hmm.
Women seek to get married regardless to whatever they're doing in their life.
That's
So
right.
a lot of times
Facts.
men are getting married and they're unfulfilled. They're
Yep.
getting married to fulfill the happiness of their wife,
Wife.
not
Yeah.
of themselves.
Yeah.
And
So they.
a lot of times that's what leads to infidelity. That's what leads to divorce. Because a
Hey,
lot of men are getting married and they're not set to where
Yeah.
what you just described,
Mm-hmm.
it takes a long time for men to set that up. And
So then what
you can be with a woman, and she can almost give you the ultimatum, like, nigga, if you don't hurry up and be ready, I'm out.
these are
And
facts.
a lot of
okay,
men
but
But
are
you know.
dealing with that pressure.
And
A lot
the
of men
reason
are
Yeah.
dealing
Yeah.
with that
Yeah.
pressure.
But
And what's happening is a lot of men are saying, listen, I don't even want that burden on me. I'm not dealing with it.
you know.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah.
not
But
saying I'm
okay.
not saying that men don't want families. Men don't want legacy. Black men, we do want that. But black women have to understand that it's going to take that black man a nice amount of years for him to build that, whether he's with you or whether he's a single man. It's going to
Mm-hmm.
take that man years to build that kingdom, years to build that fort, and to build
Mm-hmm.
those things that you were saying that a
mm,
woman wants to marry
Yeah.
into.
Yeah.
brother,
So while the
the
Yeah.
man
reason
that
is
actually proves
building
my
all of
point. That
the
actually
reason I could
perfectly proves my point.
the reason I want to speak one, just let me speak real quick. The reason I can say that these are true facts is because I got pressured into marriage at a young age. I had my first son when I was 16. My mother pressured me into marry this woman. Her mother she pressured me and said, well, if you don't marry me, I'm leaving. At this point, I'm having my first son. I'm in love with this woman. I was young, 16, 17. I married her when I was 18 years old.
it.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? I was pressured into this. I wasn't ready yet. I was still in school trying to do my thing. I was going to Iowa State to be bruh. I was going to Iowa State to be a wrestler. That's what I did in high school. Took second in the state, first in the state my ninth grade, 10th grade, 12th grade year in wrestling. Look me up, John Chapman. This is no lie. And I got pressured in the marriage, messed my whole thing up. I was still in the streets. I was doing, man. So I understand exactly where you coming from. So it's the truth. It's the truth. I got pressured in the marriage. I wasn't ready. I didn't pursue. Man, it's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
And
That's just
that's
facts.
just
But
a
see,
fact.
why?
That's just a
That's all
What
I
does
fact.
want to
that
say.
say
Them
then?
is facts.
But
Them is
what does
facts.
that say then? But what does that say then about our community when you will have some brothers and even some sisters, but some brothers who are willing to create children with people that they wouldn't even marry. See, the thing about it is, if you marry somebody, and I'm not saying it's going to be just that easy, but if you marry somebody, you can divorce. You have a child, you produce a child with somebody. That's for you're connected to them forever. Of course, you can go on and have other relationships, but you're gonna always be concerned about your child. Let that child get sick. Let something go on with that child. That child go into college. That child when they get grown and have children and the grandchildren, you're still always going to be inextricably linked to that other person through that
Facts.
child. So my
True.
thing is, then we need to have
But
a promotion of marriage then before people are having children, because you
I
can't do
agree.
it the opposite way and then get upset now because a woman wants to have a family with you. Of course she wants to have a family intact with a husband if she's having babies by you. And the
I
other
agree
thing
with that.
about it is, you said men are not ready for that and different things. And I can understand that. However, and again, I'm not trying to do the comparison thing, but when you look at other races of people, you cannot just knock up a woman and not get married. You had back in the day where the daddy show up with the shotgun, like, hey, it's going down. You're not just knocking up my daughter. You're not just making babies by her. You ain't gonna marry her. We
Facts.
All
had,
right,
and
what
that's when
about
you
the
had
ones?
fathers. When that's when you had fathers. Now, this is what
can I say?
men did. Men stepped to the younger man and said, "Hey, you should have thought about that before all that. You done got this girl
Okay.
pregnant.
Uh,
Y'all
but,
got a
but
baby. You gonna marry her."
uh,
That was men doing that.
yeah, but
Am I wrong?
What about what about the men
Hello?
that are pressured into marriage that don't have any children by the woman? It's
I
not
don't
always.
see that
It's not
often, but
always about that. What you saying?
I said I don't see that as often. But if that's the case, then I definitely think the man should not marry. Then he may have to move on, and she may have to move on, because at least in that case, there's not a whole other life that's been created that's gonna
And
still connect them forever.
I
You know what I mean?
understand that, and
May
see, I
may I
understand the
interject,
whole.
please?
Go ahead, sis.
I must interject. Oh my goodness, I must interject on this because I'm gonna smash this out for y'all. We also got to realize that the system that we are living in, okay? So we are in a dead white supremacist system, and I'm saying dead because I'm gonna say that. And the issue that we are having is, since we are in this system, the black man and the black woman have to fully understand what system they are in.
Mm-hmm.
And the issue that the black man and the black woman are having is they are trying to mirror the system. So the example that I always use, we will take a white couple and we will take a black couple and they live directly across the street from each other. Okay, the black woman is going to be pissed off because that white woman is getting all the material things that she desires in this system. And the black man, 9 times out of 10, um, is not
Working
going to
his
be
ass
able
off.
to fully provide.
But
And that's where we mess up at. Now, the reason why I'm an expert on this, because I worked in construction for 17 years with black men, and I have seen black men show up on a job and within 2 hours get a check because the white man do not like the way he even look. And I've been knowing these men since I've been 19 years old. They work very well. So what we have to do is, because we in a special circumstance, because we in this system and it's against us, we have to stop trying to mirror the system, and we're not in our natural circumstance. So we have to remember we in this war, so we have to work collectively as a team together, because if you expecting that a black
facts.
man, he can have a PhD, and I got some in my family. My grandfather was a walking genius. Y'all can look him up. Dr. James Alfred Newman Sr. in Arizona. When he took all the tests and to get a job with the city, they said that he passed it all, but they hid it. This man was driving a truck for Tree Sweet, dumping oranges in the desert. So they play those type of games, and you have to
Mm-hmm.
remember that those things are going to happen. So once the black man and the black woman can collectively understand that we are in this war, then what you do is you just work as a team together and not try to mirror the system and have those tangible things that you can have in the household. And I have seen a lot of black couples have done very well if they work collectively as a team, but we have to understand the system that we are in. And it works in my marriage because I've been married 18 years
But
and I
you
know what I'm
married.
talking about on this.
That's what I'm
But
talking about. So you're married though. So when you say marrying
But
the system, you're married. You're husband and wife. That's what I'm talking about.
But what I'm saying is what I'm saying is my husband being an iron worker, he's retired, and me being a welder as an iron worker. In between that, do you know that I work more than my husband? They would hire me over my husband
I'm
because
not.
they need a quota. They need a quota on the. They need a quota on the job. I'm telling you something that I have a different I have a different type of circumstances where I have seen good black men get screwed over, and I gotta go somewhere in a corner and cry because they don't like they don't
That's
like the way he look. They don't like nothing about him. And I'm saying, damn, if these sisters was out here on these job sites seeing what they're doing to these brothers, they ain't
They will
a
have
lot
a
of these
different
brothers won't
perspective.
a different perspective. It's
Yeah,
incredible.
okay.
yeah, they
She's
have a
talking
different
Incredible.
about.
perspective on what we go through
I guess
because
you're
we
Hmm.
go
talking about
through a lot of
something
shit.
else. Then that's not what I was talking about because I'm talking about in terms of because what you just said is another great case for marriage because you have two
Hmm.
income houses. We're not
Hmm.
surviving on one income houses. We never have. When we look
But
back
there,
in
there,
history, like
but
I said,
Renee,
the black woman always worked.
there's been times where my husband wasn't working and I had to
That's
kick
right.
in and vice versa, and I did not trip because I know that man will work like a mule.
That
But
happened to my parents too. My daddy got
yeah.
laid off from Midland when they moved
Hmm.
down to Texas, and my
Okay, Queen
mother was
Relate.
carrying the
Answer this
family
question. Answer
for a
this
good
question for
10
me. What about the woman that's on Section 8 or the woman that's on welfare that the black man fall in love with every day? I see it every day.
and he
What
takes her
Hmm.
about them
iPad.
type of women that
Oh,
they want to be queens, but a black man out here working his ass off, but this woman is on Section 8? Or this woman is on welfare. This woman's got 2 or 3 kids. Black men fall for the black woman, black queen all the time. What
Hmm.
about them type of women? What about them type of they don't need love? What about them type of women that's not even educated enough to get out here and get a job? What about those type of women? Do we leave those women behind?
But you know what,
What
brother?
about those?
You know what? Let me speak on that one real
What
quick.
about?
Let
I'm
me
just
speak on that.
asking. I'm just asking the question. I'm just
I'm gonna
throwing it
answer
out
that.
there.
I'm gonna answer that for you. I
In
have an
fact,
example of that in my family. My cousin married a sister that was on Section 8 and had
man.
2 children from another dude. He helped her go through school. She's working for the government. He's an engineer. They had 2 more kids and they're doing very well. But
Yeah, it
they
can't
worked
happen.
together as a team.
It
She
can't
was
happen.
but
But
she needed him to step in to help her because he
to
had to
lift
watch
her
those
up.
kids. He had to
Yeah,
watch
you
those
have to lift
kids while
her
she
up.
go to school.
Yeah,
Yeah, and everything.
absolutely,
But the thing
absolutely,
is, they were willing to work as a team. They had to work as a
absolutely,
and I've been,
absolutely,
and this is my second marriage. This is my husband's fourth marriage. And my first marriage, my husband didn't want to work with me as a team. He wanted to play all those games. I've been through the whole gamut.
absolutely.
I rarely speak on these things because I don't like speaking ill of black men. But
Me,
I have a whole different perspective working with black men. And if sisters knew how wrong they do these brothers on these jobs,
right? And I don't like speaking ill of black
woo,
women either. I don't like speaking
hmm
ill of the black women because I love my queens, but they need to step up as well
hmm
because we as black men, we are trying. We out here, we working, we working. We working, we working, and it's these black women that are trying to come and bring you down because you not the dope boy like Diaz once said. You don't got all of this money. You can't provide right then when they need it. You can't do this when they need it. I mean, it's just bogus. But you sitting up here on Section 8 and the white man taking care of you, and you want to talk down on the black man. I see it every day in my community. I see it.
so
When I go to
my
these
kid.
houses and
Hold
fix
on,
on
hold.
these houses for these people,
Oh,
I
excuse me.
look at it. I see it, and it is wrong.
You right,
Hmm.
bro.
It just is.
Strange May. I'm sorry, sis. I'm sorry. Hit the link, sis. Come back in. I would love for you to render your perspective on this. I'm gonna put the
hey,
link
I'm
back in
gonna
the
drop
chat.
out. I'm gonna drop out so y'all can continue. Have y'all conversation together.
All right,
All right,
thanks for
peace,
coming
much
through,
love.
sis.
No,
Peace.
Queen Renee got some good perspective. I love Queen Renee, man. She be on point. She need to stay in.
Yeah. I want to get into. Yeah,
Yeah,
I want to say
I'm
something.
I'm gonna step out too because I'm always on the panel.
All
All
right.
right.
Yeah, but I want to. I definitely want to say this. That hello.
What's up, bro? We hear you.
Oh, okay. I think the thing is that We gotta learn. I think we gotta go back to like the old school. Now, what I told any brother, when you start to get married, always I told as a sister, go sister, a black man or a black woman. Always see. What's that stuff noise?
Go ahead, bro.
Bro, I said always look how her parents has been raised. And that would tell you something. Should you marry her or you don't or you're not hooking up with her. We gotta make that bad decision. But at the same time, like you're talking about these steps, we gotta call these steps out. Because now they the one pushing the narrative and saying this is okay.
I don't know why them queens stepped out. They must have didn't like what I said.
No, you good. You good. You good.
I mean, but we gotta realize that it's two sides to the story. I mean, I understand. I love Queen Renee, but she always try to favor towards the sisters to me, and not put nothing down on them when it's them as well as us. We all fucked up in this community. We all have our issues. You understand where I'm coming from? We all have our issues when it comes down to trying to make it work and trying to do this and trying to make a happy home and all of that. It ain't just the brothers, it's the sisters too. Because they can, I done been through a lot of relationships, bro. A lot of them. These sisters on Section 8 and you trying to build something trying to put them in school. I done told, my ex-wife, I told her we was living, we moved together. I was 16 years old. I moved out the house. I had my own spot. Boom, I'm working. I said, come on and move with me. She got pregnant. Boom, we had a son. Boom, we had this. Now we moved down to the projects in her spot. I said, well, baby, go to school. Why she wait to 40 and had two more kids that ain't even mine to wait to try? Now she want to try to go to school. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? When I told you this 20 years ago. You mean it's messed up, man. I don't know what's going on, but you got to realize the mentality of these women is messed up just as well as the mentality of the men are.
And see, I'm glad you brought that up, bro, because I believe a lot of the sisters are their mentalities are fucked up because they got away with doing that stupid shit for too long, dealing with these simp ass dudes.
Mm-hmm.
See these simp ass niggas is gonna let these women sit around and be nothing, sit around and accomplish nothing, sit around and just talk shit all day. The simps is gonna let them do that because all they want to do when they come in the house is bust a nut.
Yeah.
All they want to do is bust a nut. So these simps is gonna keep letting these women, accomplish nothing but ask for everything.
Mm-hmm. You right, bro.
I understand what you're saying, bro. I totally do, because a lot of times in relationships, men are the ones that's really putting out. It's very rare. It's very rare that you see women actually taking care of men. You see that a lot now because of these simps.
Because of the simps. Exactly, bro. You're exactly
because
right.
Of these simps.
Yeah, and at the same time, go more your point, because I was married for 9.5 years. And I'm gonna tell you, when JT had his breakaway, I had my breaking point. I was burnt out.
Yeah.
None of the times, I ain't talking about sexual. Now I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about physically,
emotionally, mentally.
Mentally, I burnt out. When I told I burnt out, I was tapped out. I said, "Yo, are you going to help me? What do you mean help you? What,
bro? Let me give you some facts of my information, bro. Me and this woman had separated. Man, this is real talk. And I was paying $970 something a month. into a household I wasn't even living in. But into a household I wasn't even living in. This is child support after she took me down there after we separated. And this woman still got 2 kids by somebody else. And this man in jail ain't paying damn bit of child support. So who am I taking care of? And my kids right now are 16, 17, something years old. So I'm taking care of his kids off of my child support. $977. Bought a house. I bought a house for her. Come on, man. You think I ain't mad about that? I mean, I ain't mad about it, but you don't think I feel some type of way?
Right. And
For
see,
the house.
that's the point that I was trying to make.
$977 a month.
That's the
hot.
point I was trying to make to Sister Renee. I
Bro.
was trying to show her that being a man, not a male, but being a man, like my dad told me.
Man, my dad
I
told
thank
me that
God
too.
for
My
my dad.
granddaddy.
He always told me, bro, being a man is a thankless job.
Man, it is.
It's a
Fact.
thankless job.
Fact.
And see, women, and see, our black women, they know that. That's why we're not congratulated when we are fathers. We're not congratulated when we are the stand-up guy. You know what black women say to men like us? You supposed to do that, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
supposed to do
Yeah.
that. You saying you a man,
Mm-hmm.
you supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
That's the shit that we hear. We don't hear,
Mm-hmm.
thank you, baby. I appreciate you, baby.
None.
I thank you for this. I
And
love
listen
you
though.
for
And listen.
doing
And
this for
listen.
me.
And listen. My kids were still calling me, Dad, I need a new pair of shoes. Dad, I need this. Dad, I need that. And I'm putting $977 a month in this household. And they were still calling me needing stuff. I'm like, how?
Mm-hmm.
This woman is not doing what she's supposed to be doing.
Giving that money to that simp.
Yeah. See, it seems to me that the Sims is getting more. It's getting more.
You going to some of these women's houses, bro. I do a lot of work in a lot of people's houses. You will see this woman looking like a diamond.
Breaking up, bro.
Yeah.
Go ahead, JT. He probably about to
See,
drop out.
and then
Oh, there you go.
your house look like this. I mean, I ain't talking down on black women because I love my queen, but she can't just sit up here and say that this is all the man's fault. No.
Now I don't think she was saying that. I don't think she was saying that. I think she was just
Nah.
what she was trying to say was she was trying to say that we both need to get it together. But see,
Yeah.
the whole show,
Yeah, we
was
need.
about us and our image. You
Right.
know, it wasn't really about them. It's about us and our image. But I wanted the sisters to come on because I wanted that balanced perspective. I wanted to actually, and I didn't get a chance to do it. So I'll probably do a part 2 to this. But I wanted the sisters to explain what do they see black men as today in 2017. That's what I wanted to ask the sisters. But, you know, I just didn't get a chance to it because, you know, the bill kept going and going and going. So y'all want to say anything before I close out? Because I'm getting ready to close out, fellas.
Nah, yo, go ahead, brother. I'll be last.
Go ahead, Rev.
No, go ahead, brother. I'm good. I said enough.
I can't hardly hear. Oh,
Yeah, I just came outside for a minute, man. It's windy as hell out here in Cleveland. I came outside for a minute, ran to the backyard real quick. But yeah, man. I mean, I just want to say, DS, man, this was a good bill, bro, because we needed to get this situation out, and we need to have more discussions like this, bro. We just do. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to let each other know, and we need to start connecting our dots as far as business. This is what we need to do. We need to find business plans for each other so we can do business with each other. This is my focus. This is what I'm on. Okay, all of that stuff is good for us to build and do that. Yeah, it's good. But we need to start connecting our dots as far as doing business with each other and keeping our money rotate within our community. How can we do that? This is my focus on YouTube, and this is what I'm going to preach. I'm going to say it on every channel and every panel I get on. How can we start conducting business with each other and start making our money touch each other's hands? As much as we on YouTube talking, as much as our money supposed to be touching each other's hands. Let's figure that out. And
I
that's my
got you,
last,
bro.
man. I'm out. And that's my
Peace.
last words, and I'm out. Peace.
Peace.
What about you, KT?
Well, for me, it's an excellent bill tonight. And my thing is, besides what the brother said, a business is well good. Yeah, we got to have a business, but we have to do more to strengthen our family unit. And I'm just encouraging brothers. I'm not going to keep on knocking brothers down. I'm not going to do that no more. I'm going to encourage brothers. If you know that these women is trying to cause anything that breaks up the family, do whatever you can to be there for your kids. Money is good. I would say this: money is a necessity to provide a family, yes, but visual is very important. And I urge godfathers like me and stepfathers, and also community fathers who do not have kids, just as myself. You could watch out for the kids too in the community. You as a community father.
I wish.
So what I would say, let's don't feel alone, because you do. If nobody don't acknowledge you, I acknowledge you. Let's keep it going. Let's encourage each other. We gotta do more acknowledgement than looking down each other too. It's very important. You'd be surprised what acknowledgement do, especially of this racist society. That's it. I'm good.
Yeah, I
You
put you
know?
on mute, Brad. But yeah, on the closeout, you know, I saw something in the chat, you know. Um, I saw something in the chat. Samantha So Atlanta, she said something about it sound like they like white women. They seem like
Wow.
they with white women always arguing with black women. Now see,
No,
that's
no,
hold on, Rev. Hold on,
no.
Rev.
No, no.
Hold on, Rev. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me touch on this, y'all. Could y'all mute yourselves real quick?
Yeah.
Now see, that type of mindset shows that you totally dismissed everything that was said this entire show. Because for one, nobody was arguing with black women. That's number one. Just because somebody disagrees with a black woman and has cases to state to defend his point doesn't mean someone is arguing. See, what we got to understand is we got to understand the difference between a conversation, a dispute, a misunderstanding, and an argument. Nobody's arguing up here. And white women has nothing to do with what we're talking about. So that just shows me how lost you are in the conversation, sis. And that also shows me your intent for listening to this conversation. See, you listening for fault. You listening for somebody to correct somebody. And see, that's the problem that us alpha men have. Y'all always think y'all could correct somebody. You can't correct me. And if you searching for fault, this is the wrong place. You shouldn't even be listening to this conversation, because this conversation is to edify black men. That's what this conversation was for. It wasn't to point fingers at nobody. So it just shows me how you're lost in context. Listen to context and understand what we talking about. It don't have nothing to do with nobody arguing with black women, because the conversation wasn't even with black women. I mean, with white women or about white women. Like I said, I just brought the sisters in because I wanted to ask them what was their whole concept of the image of the black man in 2017. So in closing, I'm gonna say this: black men, stop simping. Stop simping for these women. Please, if you're not comfortable with being who you are, work on yourself. Like Brother Rob said, personal development. Build yourself up before you decide to deal with a female. See, that's what I teach my sons. Don't worry about no girlfriend. Don't worry about that. That's not important right now. Focus on building you as a man. Focus on building your character. Focus on building your self-esteem. Because a woman cannot give you those things. You see,
Facts,
a
brother.
woman
Them are
can't make
facts.
you feel good about yourself. If you don't feel good about yourself, you're never going to feel good about yourself, whether you have a good woman or whether you have a bad woman. So I always preach image to my sons. My son is not allowed to wear a hoodie outside on his head. You know, I don't even let my sons listen to certain types of music too much because I know that affects their image. So image is a very important thing. Like Suicide said, it's very important. But what we need our women to do is stand in concordance with the right men. Don't be out here still saying black men ain't shit in 2017. Because if you still saying that, there's something wrong with you. So stand in line with the right men that's trying their best to promote the right image of a black man. Because if you want to keep getting caught up with simps, don't blame us because you love simps. And a message to you simps: your days is numbered, homie. Your days are numbered. And you know why your days is numbered? Because a lot of these young men out here now, they straight alphas. These young dudes, they not giving up no slack at all. At all. So just know that, simps, your days are being numbered. A lot of alpha males are coming back to this world. And they're coming
Facts.
back to this world because God
Yup.
knows that the alpha male is going to help save
Yup.
us as a collective, as a family. So shout out to
These are facts,
everybody.
brother.
Shout
These
out
are
to
facts, brother Diaz.
no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
So shout
And
out to the
since
family. Shout out to
and
all you.
since
You got something to say, bro?
yeah, I want to say that since man, grow some balls, all right? Maybe that would help you be a man to help strengthen and sanitize the goddamn body. That's all I'm saying.
And
I'm good.
I just want to say, brother Diaz, man, you spit some facts tonight, bro, because we gotta stand up and get these ships out of our fucking community and out of here. Period. They need to be the fuck out of here, man. It's just facts. Facts, man. I appreciate you for this one right here, bro, because
no
it
doubt,
touched
bro.
me because I've been through it and I had to get out of that situation. I end up having 4 children by this woman that I married, and we still not together to this day because I went to jail trying to support her, hustling in the streets, trying to do this and do that. Man, I got some stories, bro, on what I went
Bro,
through
we
with a black
definitely,
woman, with a queen, with a so-called queen, and then she went out and had 2 kids on me. Man, come on, and now I'm taking care of them too. You know what I'm
bro,
saying? My
we gonna
kids is
do
almost
part two,
grown by
bro.
her.
We
Yeah, let's do
definitely,
part 2.
yeah, we definitely gonna do part 2, bro.
Man,
Cause
Yeah.
I'm in on it, man, because it's ridiculous, and they try to say like I'm not saying I love Queen Renee, man, but it seems to me like she always trying to make it like it's our fault. I'm saying it's not just our fault. You're not criticizing the black woman for what she's done. The black woman was horned before the pimps even started. They was out there on the street before the pimps even took in. Like, look, okay, look at her down there hoeing. We can go make some money off of this. All we gotta do is people. They was horned before the pimps even came in. They was doing it. Now you want to get mad because we find a way to make some money off of it? Do that. She can't keep doing that. No.
bro, I feel you, bro. We gonna do part 2, you know, and
Yeah.
from the looks of things, man, it's looking like we probably gonna have to do part 2 tomorrow. A lot of the sisters wanted to speak. I'm sorry, you know, to the sister
Yeah, let's
Strange
get.
Maid. She didn't get to speak. I'm sorry, sis. The next time you'll definitely get a chance to speak, you know. So this is DS1 Ross. Thank y'all for tuning in to this show. Remember, y'all tuned in to Sheep Stay Sleep Live. If y'all not subscribed, make sure y'all subscribe. Hit the
Yeah.
bell for all future notifications. We'll be back tomorrow, family, with part 2. I promise y'all. Thanks for
Yeah.
tuning in, family. This is DS1 Ross, and I'm out. Y'all have a good night.
Peace,
Peace.
peace, peace.
Subscribe to JT Blackness. Peace.